What's going on, you all? Today we're talking about should you stream VR games. So let's break down some essentials that you need to look into if you do want to be streaming. Easiest route we're going to do, of course, is the Quest 2. And should you start streaming VR games? And in my opinion, it's a must to start streaming VR games. There's just so much exclusivity. There's so much out there in the open that is very free and free to roam and free to grasp onto. When you're streaming these VR games, it's much more its unique route. They have tons of just sub genres to look into, from FPS to survival to experiences to just hand tracking and more. So this gives you much more of different unique perspectives on audiences that people and content creators are really sleeping on right now. So it's a great time to really start jumping in VR because it's very new and it's actually a lot more simplified to get into streaming VR than it has been these past years. Back then you had to have thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to be able to stream this type of stuff. Now when you see in my example right here, I'm just using a low budget PC, and on top of that, I'm utilizing my Quest 2 as a native stream wirelessly, and I just hardwired my PC. And after that, after I connect Oculus casting, I just kind of set up my stream the way I wanted to stream, and I'm able to get into it. After the fall right here is what you're seeing in this example. That's already in the Quest 2. So all I'm doing is just playing Quest 2, casted onto my monitor, and then and my PC, my monitor, kind of like how you would do it to a TV. And I just record it. I'm simply recording it as a stream. And when you stream and you leave it as a respectable quality, you're able to do it at a very affordable rate. Everything's wireless, and as long as you have the actual Quest 2 itself and somewhat of a budget PC, you can really do it. Some MacBooks can be able to do it also. And this is very major, like what I said, when it comes to just the notion of gaming, the notion of experiences, the notion of VR in general. The metaverse has been so commercialized these days. So if you're able to jump into this quote unquote metaverse, but not just that, you can choose your own route, the metaverse. You can use it more of a business aspect. You can have virtual meetings. You can do more. Or you can also do VR chat. Or you can just simply play games like what you're doing. You can do fitness. You can do meditation, like what I said earlier, puzzles and hand tracking and just calmness and just more experiences with your audiences. And it helps out, and it keeps you very, very active. So if you're not used to traditional settings, not like if you had to be the next gym guru, but if you just need some form of activity in your life, or if you feel like you need mental breaks, it's always good to just get up and move around, and VR has helped me out a lot with that. So streaming VR is great to share. It's great to share as content, share with your live audience, share with your family, and share with more. So I feel that streaming VR really has helped me out. Now a lot of it is new, of course, so you have to really just take precautions on that, knowing that everything's new, depending on your insights and your aspects on how you can see things and how you can handle some form of motions, and just being really, really immersed into a system, because in here you can get very immersed, as you can see, and things just really start to happen really fast. And so if you're able to control that, it really helps you out a lot. Always ensure that you're hydrated and doing some more stuff, because streaming can have lights on you, and then you have your VR symptom. But all in all, it is very fun, aside from those precautions and just knowing who you are and your responsibility. I love it so much, especially streaming, because usually when you're streaming and you're real sedentary and just hanging out, sometimes you're there for a long time. And so if you want to knock out a quick stream, if you want to be able to just jump into VR, it can really pass time. Like for me, when I stream VR, it's a lot faster than when I'm passing time on my PC, because I don't have a huge following. And so streaming VR does help out a lot, because I don't have to constantly be worried about views on my stream or have to do more. So if you're by yourself, you can have a full experience just by yourself. While as streaming nowadays, you kind of just had to have that engagement in order to have a full-on stream, unless you're going to be sitting there just playing the game all in all. But here you get just a lot of win-win situations. You're able to play the game, you're fully immersed, you don't see the pressure of viewership, you just kind of just able to live your life and be able to just have that reality and virtual reality and immerse it in. And there's just so much, and there's a lot of familiarity with these games, like just like what we're used to. This right here, After the Fall, is just like Left 4 Dead, but in VR. They have boxing games, they have all types of shooting games, they have Dead by Daylight type game situations, they have just everything from sports and more. They're gonna have VR football soon, and they have everything on what you would be playing. It's just it's your decision if you want to be able to get more immersed into it. So should you start streaming VR? In my opinion, I think you should stream VR. I would say start with a Quest 2 though, because everything else is very, very expensive. And with Quest 2, you can keep it at a budget PC. You can keep it at your budget VR headset, which is the cheapest headset on the market right now, which is it's what you're getting for the experience is well above its price range right now. And it's still very underrated. There's not a lot of content creators on it. There's not a lot of people creating VR content in general. So it really, really does help. There's only a handful of us out there, and we would love for you to just continuously come on through. So very slept on experiences. So should you stream it? Absolutely, man. And so that's all I wanted to talk about today, because I know it's huge and I feel like it's very underrated still for the experiences and the advantages it can have in the future. So I appreciate y'all. Make sure to leave us a thumbs up and subscribe. And for more Quest 2 content, man, we always appreciate y'all. Feel free to ask questions. Peace.